Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. Don't try adjusting that dial on your podcasting machine. We're in control. You've entered the Bible study zone. This is Daily Dose Radio, studying the Psalms verse by verse every single day of the week, and we're looking today and all this week at Psalm 133. Psalm 133 is 3 verses long. If you have your Bible, you can open up there. We're going to do it in phrases again so that we can have 5 days worth of Bible study. We're going to begin with verse 1, which breaks nicely down into a couplet, into 2 phrases. And we'll begin with verse 1 today. Tomorrow, first half of verse 2. Wednesday, the second half of verse 2. Thursday, we'll do the first half of verse 3 and then finish it out on Friday. So today, just verse 1. Behold how good and how delightful it is when brothers dwell together in unity. Now that's my translation of Psalm 133, verse 1. You'll notice that this is a psalm attributed to David. This is the 14th step in the Psalms of Ascent, songs for those ascending. And we've seen David's name attributed to, 4 of these, I believe. In Psalm 122, we have David's name. Psalm 124, we have David's name. We have Solomon in Psalm 127. We have David again in Psalm 131. And then we have attribution for David here in Psalm 133. So of the 15 songs of ascent, we have 5 of them that have attribution. 4 of the 5 are attributed to David, 1 to Solomon. So as I said, this is the 14th step, and we're drawing in on the end now of our travels. We've been traveling to Jerusalem from Meshech and the tents of Kedar, and now we're coming in. We're drawing in on the outskirts, the neighborhoods, the suburbs of Jerusalem, and we sing this song, How Good and How Delightful. There are 2 words here that we probably need to focus on today. Number 1 is this word delightful. So we begin with, behold how good and how delightful. And that word delightful is a poetic word. We have it actually as a noun. We have it also as a verb. We have it here as an adjective. And it just simply means delightful. It means beautiful. If you go over to Zechariah's book, his prophecy, chapter 11, when the shepherd names his 2 staffs, one staff he calls beautiful, and the other staff he calls bands. Well, the one he calls beautiful, that's this word. Again, it's a poetic word, and it can mean physically beautiful. It can mean lovely. It can mean pleasant. It can mean delightful. So any of those translations really work here. How good and how beautiful. So what is it that's good and beautiful? Well, you look down into the second half of the verse, into the couplet, the mirror image, when brothers dwell together, even in unity. So brothers are dwelling together. Brothers don't always dwell together in unity, do they? Yeah, it's not always the case with brothers. Sometimes brothers can dwell together and it's maybe a little contentious. Maybe there are some divisions that erupt or that develop. Perhaps there is some distance that seems to grow between brethren. Well, here in this statement, we have brothers dwelling together, but they're not just dwelling together, simply dwelling together, but they're dwelling together in unity. And that word unity is a noun, which means solidarity to accomplish something, a goal of building or producing, or a goal of being united in an idea or a concept, being united in the religious fervor towards their God. Togetherness here and unity together makes the brethren dwelling a very strong concept. So it's good and it's delightful when unity characterizes the dwelling together of brothers. Join me again tomorrow. We're going to look at verse 2 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.